Merry Christmas, everyone. We probably will be having some Christmas noobs come in. If you don't know what that means, we're probably going to get a lot of new players coming in for the holidays who hopefully get this game. And there's no better time to learn some tips on how to get better, so we'll get right to it. Tips for December. The first one is to deep rotate. This is such an important skill in your arsenal. I killed one of my homies right here who's a really good player who's played comp for a long time, and he was with a squad of my really close friends who know me really well, and I've known a very long time. And I'm solo with one other random, and so I said, screw it, I'm not going to push against this zone hold. So I said, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to deep rotate. So instead of going straight and fighting them at the zone line, which they were certainly waiting for me to come out on, I went way the other side, total 180. And this 180 is such a good trick because it's really hard for them to work the other end of the zone without fighting other teams, and we'll see that happen later. But some tips on how to do this really well. Make sure you're deep zone rotating through saturated areas, saturated with items areas. Like Metro is a perfect place to deep rotate because you can stay here forever because there's so much health items if you know where to look, right? All these buildings have a lot of stuff, and so you're never going to run out of heals here. Now here's an extra tip. I mean, if you probably know this tip already, but I just want you to remember to keep it in your arsenal, right? But in competition, zones hurt for so much more damage. In public games, the zone really does not hurt for a lot, particularly the first zone. So the first two zones, you can go hard on the deep rotate. But after that, you pretty much have to, forget it. But what happened here was I deep rotated all the way through. My friends got killed by another squad. Maybe because they were looking for me, I don't know. But I came out and won it there, right? So deep zone rotate. Alright, next tip, really important. The single best way to deal with head peekers. So many people head peek in public games even. I'm really impressed. The single best way is to use an op on the head peek, okay? But there's certain ways to do it right and do it well. First off, you need to make sure you have a high ground because it's so much easier to get that shot. Look how clean and so much exposed target he is right there, right? He's such an exposed target, whereas he probably barely could see me in relation to him, right? Clean headshot. Now you probably will take damage from the peeker. Don't panic. Just take your time and make sure you get the headshot because then it'll all be worth it if you have an op, okay? Now, that was not particularly a quick scope. This was, okay? Now, that one was more of a quick, like a slower quick scope where you aim or you guess, adjust, and fire. And if you don't know what I mean by that, watch my op tutorial video, masterclass video. The good news is you don't have to know how to quickscope like this clip. This is a serious quickscope right here. You don't have to know how to do this because that's really hard to do. That's a whole nother stage of practice versus the guess, adjust, fire, which is like a slower quickscope. Alright, another tip for dealing with head peekers, because fuck head peekers, right? Totally just a joke because I'm like the #1 head peeker. Anyways, I'm up against my pupil friend, Mr. Gadono, who was killing it with an M60 peek. I was trying to op him with it. I ran out of ammo because he was peeking so well, and he even poked me with the M60. He killed my friend who tried to charge him directly. I could not charge him directly because he had a good M60 and he had a purple DT. So I was saying, you know what? What am I going to do? I'm going to wait or chill on the peak. I'm going to make sure I have the inner zone position, hold him there, and just buy time until he is going to be pressured by the zone to move. And then I'm going to wait until I see an opening and for him to make a mistake, okay? Now, the other way is to obviously use grenades, right? But good peekers won't die from a grenade if you throw one behind their peak, right? So you're going to have to play a little patiently on peekers. Tips on how to do this well. Make sure you got more health than the enemy. I knew I had more resources because I just knew how much loot I had in cemetery versus what they had that they picked up. And if you're going to close in like I did, make sure you got the close range and know how to fight close range and are confident you can beat that player. But he did a great job. Alright, PSA for everyone who plays a lot of squads. Use Uzis in squads. So many people rely on build these days and ground walk and 1v1 duel in pubs. You just have to use Uzis because they just melt people who decide to ground walk and duel you, like what is about to happen right here. The Uzis are relatively easy to fire, and they're actually pretty good on the Quest 2 as well. As in, there is yes an advantage if you're running the Uzis on the index, as in you're going to see the person faster, so you're going to get your shots off a little easier. But the Uzis are actually pretty damn good on the Quest 2. I was playing with them when I was in a hotel room. Pretty damn solid. But anyways, the Uzi's weakness is that they really can't shoot head peekers, okay? So you really have to couple the Uzis with an op or a Seiko or rocket launcher or something that can just deal with the head peek, okay? Because it's really, really hard to hit head peekers, and everyone in competition games head peeks pretty much, and a lot of good players just in general these days do. So even here, I'm up against a really good comp player. I have the zone rotate on him. He's relying on build. My AK was really ineffective there once he started putting build up. And what happens? Boom! With the Uzis, I'm able to get the kill. I'm telling you, the Uzis are really the best gun in the game for squads games. It's really hard in competition because everyone's peeking. But if anyone dares duel you with the Uzis, they're in big trouble. Whenever I get shot by these, I panic. It also has the panic factor, which the M60 has. Okay, that's really important. And this is why you see many of the best players in the world use this, like Scanter, Ethan Not Found. It's just that amazing of a gun, okay? Pick it up, use it, practice it, it's worth the time. Again, another example of just how I would not have gotten this kill without the Uzi. Okay, check this out. He's putting up build. Notice my AK was ineffective there once he spammed build. The AK takes 7 bullets to break a goddamn build. The Uzi shred through it. And that's just a great example of, I even coupled the AK with like the Uzis because I can actually hit head peekers with an AK because my aim's so good. Alright, last tip we're gonna get to here. Move on the poke. When you poke an enemy, work off of it, okay? There were 2 enemies here. I poked that one. I knew the other one was on me. I took this 1v1 because I knew the other guy would be undercover. Take advantage of your poke. I see so many people in public games, including my friends. Okay, I got 72, 132, and nothing happens on it. You don't move. You just you wait and hope the enemy comes out of cover to shoot him again. No, take advantage of the poke you make, and that's what really separates the top players from the casual players. Otherwise, leaving with a little Christmas spirit, I hope you're still as passionate about this game as I am. If you are a veteran, and if you're a new player, welcome. Christmas noob, we love y'all. This is a great community and we're happy to grow it, seriously. But watch the videos, they're gonna make you better. We have a whole collection of videos for you. But otherwise, I hope you are finding ways to make this game still enjoyable. For me, yes, competition at the highest level and winning is a great thing, but what I found is that playing with people I care about, it really means more than all of that, okay? And so I'm playing with my WWW people a lot more. I love my close comp people. I've been playing with Sammy008 again, and it's bringing me great joy. And I hope that stays that way. I'll keep playing with her till she realizes that's not a good idea because I'm an asshole. Half kidding. But otherwise, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.